Hello everybody, this is the Anime Bro here, and welcome to my One Piece arc review. Now today, we'll be talking about the Baratia arc. An arc about a floating restaurant on the sea filled with crazy chefs. Now before this video starts, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And come back next time as I talk about Arlong Park. And now, let's begin the video. So a good point that I liked about this arc is that we got amazing world building in this arc. Now unlike the other arcs where we got little to no world building, this one actually does something that most arcs in the future actually do, which is present with great world building. So the world building we got is the information about the Grand Line. So before we actually know about the Grand Line, we knew that it was a body of water that seemed to be where the One Piece was. Now what we didn't know was how dangerous the Grand Line was. And we basically got to know this when we were talking through the villain. With the villain stating that he had so much men, and in 7 days all his ships and all the men that were on them were basically gone in those 7 days. Not only did we get more information about the Grand Line through them, but we also got it through a really important character in not only this arc but also in One Piece, which is Mihawk. So when we actually are introduced to Mihawk, he's basically the person that chased him out of the Grand Line. Not because they insulted him, not because it was very important that he did that. He just did it because he wanted to have fun. He was really bored. And also with this duel with Zoro, it showed that you can't just be this person from any old ocean and just sail it through. You actually had to be a powerful person while crossing all these dangerous waters. And it's something I really do like about it. We don't get much world building before, but it's amazing to see that the world building now is getting really good. And it only gets better from here. So a bad point that I really didn't like about this arc was that there was only one memorable fight. Now, I don't mean that there was only one good fight, I just mean that out of the whole arc, there was only one fight that I actually remember and looked forward to. The other fights in this arc were not really memorable or as enjoyable as Mihawk versus Zoro. Everyone knows the Baratia arc is where this fight happened, but I don't think many people remember the villain or basically what happens in this arc because it is overshadowed by how amazing this fight is. This basically showed how much growth Zoro needed to become the greatest swordsman, which is an amazing moment that honestly even to this day is one of the best moments ever in One Piece. But when it came to the other fights, they were actually enjoyable rereading these because I totally forgot what these fights were like. Sanji's fight was good, Luffy's fight was good, but to be completely honest, even their fights did not even compare to Zoro's fight with Mihawk. So a good point that I liked about these characters is that there was actually likable characters. Now, instead of actually pointing out all the stuff I like about all the characters, I just decided to talk about two characters that I really liked in this arc. So the first character that I liked was Sanji, the new chef of the Straw Hats. Now I really like Sanji because he has a dream that is very wild and crazy, just like Luffy's dream. His dream is to find an ocean called the All Blue, an ocean where all the blues actually meet up. He wants to one day open a restaurant on the All Blue because he really enjoys cooking. Cooking is basically Sanji's life. That and women. But it's mostly cooking that really is his passion for living. He really does love to cook. In fact, his fighting style only uses his feet because he never wants to use his hands unless they're cooking. He doesn't want to damage them in a fight, so that's why he sticks with his feet. Now another character that I really liked was Jin. Jin was a person that basically showed that not all pirates are bad. Now I know we have Luffy, but Jin was in a case where even though his captain was bad, he himself wasn't. He really didn't want to hurt anybody and really tried his best to make sure that everything went in peacefully. He was very grateful when Sanji fed him food and was willing to do anything to make sure that nothing happened to him. Even though his captain basically wanted to kill all the chefs because they didn't comply to actually give up the Baratia, he still tried his best to make sure that none of them got hurt. And I really do like that. So a bad point that I really didn't like about this arc was that the villain seemed more like an obstacle instead of an actual threat. Now what I mean by this is that the arc peaked at the Zoro versus Mihawk fight, but everything after that I didn't really care for. Honestly, I just wanted it to be over after the Mihawk and Zoro fight. The villain themselves were nothing. They were basically weaker than Mihawk. So after seeing the greatest fight in the arc, I wanted it just to end. The big guy was threatening not because of his strength, but more of the gadgets he had. He had a porcupine cloak that basically was filled with spikes. He had a shield that spit out poisonous gas. He didn't really seem that much threatening besides the gadgets he had. And obviously when Luffy was fighting them, he actually punched through all the gadgets and won the fight very easily. It didn't even seem like Luffy accomplished much because I honestly saw that people were actually a lot better in the world. So this fight didn't really seem that important. It just more seemed like an obstacle that Luffy had to go through so that he could be free from the Baratia. So I would actually rank this arc a B. Now, this arc has amazing world building, which is one thing that I really do like about One Piece, and it gets better from here on. And we also got a new crew member, who is a really cool guy. I really do like Sanji as a character. He's not my favorite Straw Hat, but by far he really is a good person, and I really do like seeing him on the screen. And also like seeing many of his fights throughout the series. Now the reason why this arc is not any higher is because the only thing this arc really has for it is the fight with Zoro and Mihawk. After that, the arc doesn't really peak. Once that fight is over, honestly nothing else really interested me. Sanji's fight was okay, Luffy's fight was okay, but they were not as good as Mihawk vs. Zoro. I know I've said this a lot, but I really do like that fight, one of the best fights of all time, and it just sets up how powerful you really need to be just to sail through the Grand Line. Alright, and that is the end of this video. If you really enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this, and come back next time as we talk about Arlong Park, the final arc of the East Blue Saga. And as always, I am the Anime Bro, and see you guys later. Peace!